So in today's digital economy, we're constantly just bombarded with claims, with promises.
Absolutely. Information overload.
Yeah. And if you're navigating something like the Apertum network, you really can't rely on rumors. Or worse, some blurry screenshot.
No way. It's not proof.
Exactly. You need verifiable proof, not just opinion. So today we're diving into some source material that treats the Apertum Explorer as basically your essential clean windshield. It's your direct, auditable view of what's actually happening on the chain. That's a great way to put it. The Explorer is the instrument panel, the cockpit. And the number one rule for any pilot here, it's simple. If an operation isn't recorded on chain, well, basically doesn't exist.
Okay, so our mission today really is to help you stop being just passengers, kind of hoping the journey goes well,
Right.
and start being pilots who know exactly how to read these instruments.
Okay, I like that. Let's quickly calibrate this mental dashboard then. For our flight check, what does a pilot look at first? What are the key dials?
Right, we focus on three main instruments. Think of the block height. That's like your altimeter. It shows your position, your altitude on the timeline.
Got it, altimeter.
Then you have transactions. That's your radar, mapping every single operation crossing the network, everything that moves.
Okay, radar. And the last one.
And APTM fees, that's your fuel gauge. It shows the cost, the computational cost, basically.
Fuel gauge. Perfect. Okay, let's start with that steady heartbeat then, the block view.
Yeah.
What's the absolute first thing we check there to make sure the chain is solid? Okay, first thing. You must confirm the parent hash. This is the anchor. Seriously. It confirms the page you're on is correctly linked to the one before it. Proving it's unbroken.
Exactly.
Okay.
That the chain is trustworthy, inseverable. Then you read the height, that's just the page number itself, and you verify the validator who signed off on that block.
So you know who sealed the deal at that specific moment.
Precisely. Timestamp and validator.
Okay, now let's zoom in. Let's dissect a specific flight log, the transaction view. We look at the status. Obviously, success, failed, pending.
Right, the outcome.
And we see the fee paid in APTM, like the dollar cost. But what about gas used? That's different, isn't it?
It is different, yeah. Gas used is separate from the fee. It measures the actual computational complexity. Think of it like how much effort the engine really had to expend to process that specific instruction.
Okay, effort, not just price.
Exactly. Now, probably the most critical instrument on this whole panel, the one new users constantly overlook, it's the input and decoded logs.
The logs. Okay, why are they so critical?
Because that's the flight recorder. That's where all the internal contract instructions, the events, everything that happened inside the transaction is stored.
Wait a second. So are you saying a transaction could show like 0 APTM transferred in the main view?
Yep.
But something really valuable might have actually moved? Is that the biggest trap?
That is the number one trap, without a doubt. If you don't drill down into those logs, you simply won't see the full picture. A transaction can absolutely show 0 value transferred, but still move valuable tokens, maybe an ERC7-211 or even a DDNFT, something important.
Wow. Because the actual transfer instruction was executed inside the contract logic, and that gets recorded in the logs or events. You have to verify the payload in those logs to find all the actual transfers.
That is crucial. Okay, so the Explorer isn't just for single transactions. It's for, like, network radiography, right? Seeing the bigger picture. The address view is like my personal history file.
Your balance, your history, NFTs you hold.
But what about checking the whole system, like the token itself?
That's the token view. Think of that as your global ledger check. If you need to confirm tokenomics, maybe verify the total supply, or check if a promised token burn actually happened.
Right, see the proof.
You must cross-reference the contract details and the global transfers right there in the token view. That's where you audit the token's sort of global truth on the network. Okay, good. Let's switch gears slightly. Critical pilot habits. This is where, as you said, opinion gets left on the ground. We see common errors all the time. You mentioned the fatal 4. Confusing hash and address, thinking pending means confirmed. Which one causes the most, economic damage for new folks?
Honestly, confusing a hash and an address, it sounds basic, but people do it constantly. A hash proves an event happened in the past, right? It's a receipt.
Okay.
An address is a current destination. It's where things go, mistaking one for the other. Well, it leads to citing the wrong proof, or worse, funds get lost because someone trusted a screenshot instead of the live on-chain data.
A screenshot is not proof. Heard that one before.
It absolutely is not. And always, always confirm you're on the right network, chain ID 27A6 for Apertum, and wait for a few more blocks before you assume finality. Don't jump the gun.
Right. Let it settle. Okay, perfect.
Uh,
So let's boil this down for everyone's routine. What's the quick, like 30-second verification checklist? Simple. Check network, 2786. Paste your hash or address into the Explorer. Read the overall status. Check the height for confirmation depth. And critically, open the logs.
Open the logs.
Yeah.
Find those hidden transfers. Don't skip that step. Excellent. And I'll just mention this once. All the links, specific tools, the full legacy resource text we're drawing from, it's all in the description for you. Yeah, the key takeaway here is clarity and proof. You don't need to trust anyone's word, really. You have the immutable auditable data right there in the Explorer.
Right, the Explorer isn't just marketing fluff. It is auditability. So here's the challenge for you listening. Now that you know how to read the instruments, how to look beyond that simple overview and actually drill down into the logs. What specific piece of data are you going to verify today? Pilot confirms.